Hello and welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We're broadcasting live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Glad to have you join us once again to talk sports. I'm Austin Okonakwan on the show tonight. What's going on with Nigeria preparing for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics? Nigerian wrestlers are getting set for a ranking tournament in Rome, Italy. How important is that one? Because I hear that star girl Duanyo Adekroye, Blessing Oborodudu, Blessing Oyebuchi, they are part of that trip to Rome. I'll give you updates on the show tonight. The D Tigress, they are ready also for their Tokyo 2020 Olympic qualifiers. What's in the menu for the D Tigress? Walk with us on the show tonight. I'll let you know. I've got updates from Colin. Remember, we told you on the show that it was last year, April to be precise, that Tijani and Susanna Cole, husband and wife, they play Colin, they're passionate about it. They took Nigeria's name to the World Championships. They didn't stop there. They made history by becoming the first African country to win at the World Championships. They defeated France 8-5. They are not stopping. They are getting ready. They are actually competing at the Winter Masters Games. We'll tell you what's going on with that one. We had Tijani and Susanna on our morning show, Sports, this morning. They spoke to my guys. I'll let you know what they talked about on the show tonight. We'll also find out what's going on with Barcelona. They told Valverde. No, look, it's not a fight. So no, you're not doing badly. And then also, we are still in the UEFA Champions League, but they told Valverde to go. And so they've brought in Kiki. With what Barcelona they've done, doesn't it confirm that our coaches are hired to be fired? Because I'll take a look at it like, can they just let Valverde just go on with the UEFA Champions League? Let's see what he can do. But no, they've shown them the way out. We'll talk about that one on the show tonight. Good news for fans of Tottenham Football Club of England. They're making money. Yeah. Actually displacing Chelsea and Arsenal. You look at Spurs, they're like, how can Spurs be richer than Arsenal and Chelsea in London? Hey, that's football for you, particularly when you have a stadium that is bringing in money. We'll talk about that one on the show tonight. We'll talk about the NBA, what's going on. I see that LeBron James, he keeps testing me, yeah, because I told Sonny Young that, look, if LeBron continues like this, till February, then we've got to test him for the alien DNA. Update from the NBA. We'll talk about it tonight on the show. I'll also let you know what's going on with that fight between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. February the 22nd, we're going to know how Tyson Fury says he's going to knock out Deontay Wilder in round 2. Yeah, but you know all of the talks is part of the fight until they get into the ring. So we will talk about that one on the show tonight. Let me bring you into the discussion. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. You guys are talking to us, and I love it so much. So be part of the show tonight. What are you talking about? On Twitter, we're Channels_Sports. Facebook, Channels Sports. You can send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. I want fans of the English Premier League to talk to me tonight. Should we just give the title to Liverpool? Yeah, let them just take it. And let's just know that, look, we're done and dusted. We don't need to start asking questions or getting teams to go all the way, push, and then nothing is happening because Liverpool, they are on fire. Fans of the English Premier League, let's talk. Do you love basketball? Do you follow the NBA? Are you seeing what LeBron James is doing? At about 35, 36, still on fire. Be part of the show tonight. Talk to us. Use the hashtag NBA. Use the hashtag NPFL, because we're going to talk about March Day 14 of the Nigeria Professional Football League and take a look at some of the matches that will go down tomorrow across different centers in Nigeria. When we get into that discussion, I want you to be part of it. The Nigeria Professional Football League giving us reasons to talk sports tonight on the program. Plateau United. They couldn't beat Aqua United, but hey, they love it that they didn't lose. But guess what? We've got a new leader at the top of the table. It's Lobby Stars. We've always talked about Lobby Stars and their consistency in the league. Let's see how far they can go. Sports Tonight on Channels Television. What do you think about the sacking of Valverde? Barcelona? I said, look, can you just step aside? And then they've brought in Setien to come in to continue where Valverde has stopped. And that confirms once again, I tell you guys that, hey, coaches are hired to be fired. What about one day we just say, look, this club is not doing so well. All the players, can you guys just leave? We're going to recruit new players. Yeah, just so players can also be accountable. But it doesn't happen. Aqua United, Umfonudo, is leaving the country too at the United Soccer League Championship side. I'll give you updates on the show tonight. Walk with us, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning, sports-loving channels, television. Let me give you this update coming from Carlin. The other day, I got a message. Someone said, I love Carlin. And the way they play the sport is about precision, is about target. So I think one day we're going to get Suzanne and Tijani Cole on the show so that they're going to teach us the basics of calling. But let me let you know that the Nigerian scholars, Tijani and Suzanne Cole, they have again set another record as the first African team to compete at the ongoing Winter World Masters Games in Austria. Tijani and Susanna will compete in the curling mixed doubles event as they seek more accumulating points ahead of the 2020 Winter Olympic Games that will take place in China. The pair will compete in Group A, which also parade the United States of America, Russia, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. Tijani and Susanna in 2019 set a record when they became the first African team to compete at the World Curling Championship. They defeated France 8-5 to become the first African team ever to win a game on ice. I love this story that Tijani and Susanna Cole are saying to us. Beautiful story. That's actually at the World Championships that they defeated France 8-5. They loved it. It went everywhere. It was viral. Persons were like, wow, Nigeria and Colin, we are coming. They are getting ready for the 2022 Winter Olympic Games in China, and they're competing at the Winter World Masters Games in Innsbruck, Austria. Let's wish them all the best. They were on the show this morning with my colleagues, Cecilia Omogbe and Yemi Adebayo. Let's listen to some of the things they talked about, particularly saying they would give their best shot at the World Winter Masters Games.
We have a phrase and a saying here that our coach taught us. He said, you win or you learn. And so as we face some of the world's best curlers, we're learning a lot. And we're doing our best to gain the skills and to get the points for the next 2 years so we can represent our country at the Olympics. We just go out there and we try really hard. The biggest thing about curling is execution, is really putting the rock where you need to put it. And so we've been really trying to focus on that. When you play teams like Russia, U.S., Canada, Sweden, they don't miss many shots at all. So we have to be at that same level. And that's great for us because we're facing the best. Well, to win the tournament would be the highest that we can get. We're trying hard to accumulate points so that we qualify in 2 years for the Olympics.
So that's it. It's all about exposure. When they play, compete with top curlers from different parts of the world, they're going to get better. So that's it. We will continue. They're passionate about representing Nigeria and taking Nigeria to different world championships and breaking records. Tijani and Susanna Cole. We've read about love and basketball. This is love and curling. Beautiful story they're telling. We love it so much. Let's continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. It's 191 more days to go. 191 more days to go. How ready is Nigeria for the world's biggest sporting festival? It's a big deal because everybody, countries that actually want to make an impact, they've been preparing since even before the Rio 2016 Olympics, because going to the Olympics is a big deal. Nigeria's D Tigress, that's the women's senior basketball team. They will open their camp for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics qualifying tournament on Saturday, February the 1st in Belgrade, Serbia. Serious business because the team under the guidance of Otis Uli will camp for 5 days before they start their campaign against host Serbia, world champions, the United States of America and Mozambique, with 2 tickets on offer. I just give it to Nigeria and the United States of America. I will be fine. So the D Tigress and the Nigeria Basketball Federation, they've confirmed that Air Warriors head coach Samson Sotuminu and MFM's Queens head coach Adiremi Adewumi will join the African champions as technical crew. This comes at the backdrop of the heroics last season in the Women's Basketball League, where Air Warriors and MFM Queens finished as runners-up. So the D Tigress, they are ready. That's one serious business, go pick a ticket to the Olympics. And I keep telling you, this is very important for us because should the D Tigers qualify, it will be the first time we're going to have our male and female basketball teams at the Olympics. So Coach Otis Uli and his team and every other person that will be joining, let's wish them all the best as they prepare the African champions. I'm rooting for the D Tigers. I love them so much. Gave us arguably the biggest memorable event in 2019 when they defended their Afro-Basket title. Let me also let you know that 5 Nigerian wrestlers will compete at the Matteo Pelliconi Ranking Series tournament, in which that will take place in Rome, Italy, from January the 15th till the 18th. The 5 wrestlers: reigning world bronze medalists Oduayo Adekuroye, Commonwealth champion Blessing Oborodudu. The others that will join them, multiple African Commonwealth champion Aminat Adeniyi, Blessing Oyebuchi, and Mercy Genesis. They will be contesting for crucial ranking points, which will boost their seeding. You see, not just the ranking points, will also enhance their seedings ahead of the 2020 Olympics later this year. The tournament is also expected to put the wrestlers in good shape prior to the 2020 African Championships that will take place in Algeria early next month. Former world number 1, Oduayo Adekuroye, is the only Nigerian wrestler that has secured a place at the Tokyo Games. So it will be good to also have Blessing Oborodudu, Blessing Oyebuchi, Mercy Genesis pick up Olympic places for that. The competition will be good for Nigeria. So let's bring the discussion back home now, talk about what's going on in the NBA. I will talk about the NBA a lot because, yes, my guys in the morning were following it. And, of course, Sonny Young comes on the show and we're always talking about the NBA. Let me give you this update before I invite my guest. A very badly ignited third quarter run with a three-pointer as the Los Angeles Lakers, after trailing, they were trailing the entire first half, blew past the visiting Cavaliers for a 128-99 points victory. This name I'm about to call, LeBron James, scored a game high of 31 points and also had 8 assists for the Western Conference leader. So a person someone that loves the NBA. Let's welcome sports analyst Emeka Nwan is with us in the studio. Emeka, it's good to have you on sports tonight.
Good evening. Nice to be here.
Awesome. Emeka is making a debut on the show and we're going to have some fun talking sports. Emeka, look, each time I talk about LeBron James, I say let's test him for the alien DNA. Do you agree?
100%.
I know.
He's a freak of nature, that man. I feel with him, likes of him, Cristiano Ronaldo, the age, they don't seem to age.
I know.
And he's been very, very impressive this year. This is his 17th season. He's 35 years old, but he still seems to be the best player in the league. Lakers are having a tremendous season, even better than expected. And as a big fan of his, I'm just being very, very, very impressed by what he's done so far this season.
Yeah, I know the star Anthony Davis still sidelined. And look, LeBron James, despite the age, everything, saying, look, no problem, no Anthony, no problem.
No problem. So he's carrying the team. So all season, it's been him and Anthony Davis carrying the team. And Anthony Davis is actually even averaging more points than LeBron. But without Anthony Davis, who got the tailbone injury, you still see LeBron carrying that team. Yesterday, for instance, I stayed up to watch the game, actually. And Cleveland were, like you said, in the lead for most of the game. But LeBron just decided after a while that, you know what, I'm going to take this game over, and ended up with 31 points very easily for him. And he went to take a rest for the last 5 minutes of the game. So very, very impressive.
I'm testing LeBron. I mean, and he knows the Cavs very well.
Yes, that's his hometown team. So it definitely meant a lot to him to be able to shine.
What's your take about the Bucks this season?
So the Bucks, they're the highest seeded team in the whole NBA, and obviously Giannis for me is the favorite to be MVP at the moment. So I'm still a bit wary because last year as well they dominated the Eastern Conference, then they got to the playoffs and they met Kawhi and Toronto Raptors in the finals and they lost. So I'm still worried to see how they do in the playoffs because in the regular season, playing in the weaker Eastern Conference, they seem to be steamrolling through teams and dominating. But when they get to the playoffs, they don't really show themselves. So I'll still take a team with more than one star, like so LeBron and Anthony Davis or Kawhi and Paul George over Giannis on his own. So let's see how they do in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's a push.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look at Tuesday's results once again. It popped up some months ago. Let's just take a look at it before we go to the top performance. We love the NBA. We told you how the Lakers came from behind to stun the Cavs 98-1, 99-128. The 76ers lost to the Pacers 95-101. The Thunder 170-104 against the Timberwolves. The Chicago Bulls losing to the Celtics 101-103. The Pelicans. And look at that, was really a push, getting into overtime. The Magics defeated the Sacramento Kings 114-112. The Hornets lost to the Blazers, the Trailblazers 115-112. So this season, it has actually the two teams that really got us talking, the Lakers and of course the Bucks. So let's see how the season will unfold. Let's take a look at the top performance. Yeah, that's the man right there. Look, LeBron, I don't know, 35. Look, there was a time, Emeka, we were saying he's stingy. He doesn't do the assists. He wants to go all the way. But this season, his assist numbers have been incredible.
Yeah, so this season has actually seen the first time in his whole career in 17 years, a change in his position. So LeBron normally plays as a small forward, but this season he's actually actively been the point guard of the team, who is the one that facilitates the moves for the whole team. And in the NBA, he's the assist leader of the NBA this season. So he's actively changed position to be able to dominate the game and create for his team more than scoring. So his focus has been more assisting this season than scoring. And he's the assist leader in the NBA this season.
Being a leader, pushing the team all the way. So, of course, LeBron, take a bow. Top performer, De'Aaron Fox also getting 31 points. 8 rebounds and 10 assists. Taking a look at the NBA. So we'll just put a pause on that now. We'll continue to monitor all of the games. More games will go down tonight. Our time, some of us will be sleeping while others will be awake in the United States to follow that one. We'll come back to talk about it on Sports This Morning. And of course, on Thursday, I'll run through it with Sonny Young. Let's get on with the show now. Talk about the 2020 Australian Open. That's the first Grand Slam event of the year. We're waiting to see what will come out of that. But for now, when you talk about Australia, what pops up is the bushfire. And it is already threatening practice and the qualifiers at Melbourne.
Yeah. It's sad. It's obviously a very sad situation to affect such a historic tournament. But if you did ask me whether it should continue or not, I would still say it should, because I know it's affected training for certain players. But it's a historic tournament, started in 1905 for male players, 1922 for female players. And I feel like even the fans would want this as a pick-me-up, you know? It's been quite difficult for them. So I feel this will bring smiles to their faces and it will bring cheer to the city. So as difficult as it is, I feel she definitely go on.
Wow, that's really tough because some top tennis players, they are already raising concerns after a player was forced to retire from the Australian Open qualifying after suffering a coughing fit brought on by the poor air quality resulting from the ongoing bushfires in the country. Slovenia's Dalila Jakupovic had to be helped off the court after she retired at 6'5", 5'6", against Swiss Stefanie Vogel in the first round in Melbourne. And she said it was really, really bad. You'd like to see it. The fans would like to see it. I want to see it's the first Grand Slam event of the year. And there are a lot of persons looking forward to it. Serena Williams, for instance, is looking for that elusive 24th Grand Slam title. But hey, isn't it safety first?
I'm guessing I'm speaking as a selfish fan. You know, like you said, we want to see the tournament. And if it was maybe the concerns were a bit more widespread in terms of, you know, players missing training, like say high-profile players like Serena, again, there are ethics of it as well. But as a fan that wants to see great tennis on the first Grand Slam of the season, I hope it will go through. And I mean, starting on the 20th, so there's still a bit of time. So let's hope that everything smoothens out and it goes ahead as possible.
Okay, so that's it. Maria Sharapova's exhibition match in Kuyong, which is the east of the city, was also called off after both players complained about the air quality. So Mariah is saying, shouldn't we be concerned about safety? Let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll listen to some persons raising concern as regards the bushfires in Australia and how it's going to affect the first Grand Slam of the season. And after that, we'll do some boxing. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Emeka, I love the talks. And he just repeated what you said, that he's not a quitter, that he can go down, but he will get up again. But this time around, he wants to put Deontay down to the canvas.
So that's why it's going to be such an interesting fight. If he could survive being knocked down by Fury, by Wilder, which is what Wilder has to offer, because that's his strength. That's all he's got. He's always looking for that knockout. So except it's a situation where he just, a shot from the gods where Fury just couldn't anticipate at all. I see it being a very close fight, and I don't see Fury knocking out Wilder by any chance. That's not his game. But I see it being a long fight and a grueling fight. And like I said, I won't be surprised if it ends on points or another draw.
I know, because I don't even know where this fight will go. And both of them are talking tough. Both of them are in confident mood. I love this because it's good for the heavyweight division.
Of course.
So Anthony Joshua now knows that, look, I got to up my game also.
Yeah. So exactly. So it's a very exciting time for heavyweight boxing.
Yeah.
It went through a very low period. So it's great. It's great to see these three heavyweights, and it would be nice to see also Fury and Joshua have a Battle of Britain at some point. But yeah, so it's exciting times.
I know, exciting times in heavyweight boxing. And if you're Anthony Joshua's promoter, would you be quick to say you should fight either Deontay Wilder or Tyson? I think he needs more fights.
Yeah, he needs another fight or two. He needs another fight or two after he was shot. So I'll definitely say that.
Okay, so that's it. Heavyweight boxing giving us reasons to talk sports tonight on the show. So be part of it. What do you think? Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury again, February the 22nd. They're both talking tough. I'm going to beat him. I'm going to end it around. So we will know February the 22nd. But where are you putting your money? On Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury? Be part of the discussion. Let's talk about heavyweight boxing on Twitter channels _sports, Facebook channels _sports. Let's bring the discussion. Let's take the discussion to the English Premier League. And before I get you talking about Tottenham, what's your take so far? Should you just take the trophy, give it to Liverpool?
As a Man United fan, it's been an awful year. But yes, credit to Liverpool. They've been sensational. And it's over. It's been over for a while now. So all credit to them, Klopp and Van Dijk, Mane, Firmino, Salah, they've been sensational. The best ever starts in English Premier League history. Even the great Sir Alex, all of them, the great managers, Pep in his 100-point season didn't do it either. So credit to Liverpool, as much as it pains me to say, of course, but credit to Klopp and Liverpool. And it's over. It's over. It's been over for a while. So all credit to them, and
so
they should be handed the title by end of March, early April. It should be over.
And let's talk about Manchester United. You just mentioned that's your team. If you have a chance to sit in the boardroom, would you still give the vote of confidence to Ole?
Honestly, I wouldn't make any changes till the end of the season at least. There's no point, really. Even if they brought in Guardiola or Pochettino today, with the squad they have, the young squad they have, it's a mishmash of so many different types of players. There's not that much quality in the team. So I don't really think there's a big need to make a change now. It's just going to cause destabilization. So let's wait till the end of the season, see where Man United end up. And if Pochettino is still a free agent, personally, I would give him the job, let him start a rebuilding job from the summer. We're bringing him now to manage the likes of Daniel James or 18-year-old Mason Greenwood. It's not really going to make much of a difference at the moment. So let him come in summer and build his team. But all credit to Solskjaer for trying his best, but I don't think he's
So if you keep Ole till the end of the season, why not just let him continue where he's stopping?
I feel it's more important to not cause upset in the team now because I don't think they're going to achieve much anyway. I don't think they're going to get into the Champions League.
And some players who are not cool might just want to leave because of it.
Exactly. So I feel it's best to just keep the peace till summer. And there've been talks that Pochettino wants the job, but he wants it in the summer anyway. So I don't think there's a big need to make a change now because there's not much going to be achieved this season anyway. Yeah.
Let's talk about one team that got us talking, and that was when Pochettino was shown the way out and Jose Mourinho came in. That's Tottenham Hotspur. Since Louis van Gaal was dismissed in January 2003, I don't know. There's just something. But this sack, it's just emotional. Barcelona are currently ahead of Real Madrid at the top of the La Liga table on goal difference, but were knocked out in the semi-finals of the Spanish Super Cup on Thursday after a 3-2 defeat to Atletico Madrid. Could that be why? Barca's board. Could that be why? Valverde replaced Luis Enrique in 2017 and won back-to-back league titles during his time in charge. They're still in the UEFA Champions League. But as you said, look, one thing I won't take if they can come out to say is character. If his character was questionable, then if they're in the final of the UEFA Champions League, it has got to go.
Yeah, the character. You mentioned the Champions League. So I feel the loss to Liverpool, that 4-0, was a big thing. And the year before, if you remember, the same thing happened with Roma.
Yeah.
So they were ahead by a lot. Then they went to Rome, to Stadio Olimpico, and they lost 3-0.
They won back-to-back titles.
So for Barcelona, there are levels to this because Barcelona, they dominate the league. If you look at the league for the last 10, 15 years, they've dominated it. Madrid is Champions League. You know how it goes. Barcelona, the league. So they don't really care about the league anymore. And when you see monumental capitulations like that, Rome and Liverpool, 3-0 up, and you go to Anfield, a Liverpool team without Salah and all these players, and they still lost 4-0. So I feel after this Atletico loss, I feel the board just felt that this is not the man to take us forward, and that was that.
I know, what a shame. There's a new man in charge, that's Kike. Setien's contract runs until 2021 when a new incoming president, Victor Font, could replace him with close friends Xavi Hernandez. Let's talk about Xavi. Xavi was also in contention for why didn't he take the job?
So, like with Pochettino and United, I feel he just felt this was not the right time. Because, you know, when you're a new manager, a young manager, you don't want to take appointments that might be too early. Because if you mess up, then that might affect your prospects for the future. So I feel he thinks he'll get the job eventually, because Setien is quite old. So I feel he will get the job eventually, and there's no need to rush in now and maybe mess it up and he'll never get it again in the future. So he's going to wait for the right time. Maybe when they've rejuvenated their squad a bit, because their squad is quite old, like Suarez, Messi, Busquets, Piqué, they're all quite old. So I feel he's waiting maybe for a bit where they rejuvenate, then he'll come in.
Okay, so Setien did not rule out changes to the classic 4-3-3 formation, especially when considering that striker Luis Suarez has been ruled out for 4 months. On Sunday, the Setien era gets underway against Granada, which is his first home match fixture of 2020. So that's the story. Ernesto Valverde out of the way. In comes Kike Setien. I mean, that's it. When you are a coach at Barcelona, every time you go to sleep, you just need to go to the website and check, even if you are winning, if you're still in charge of the club. Be part of the discussion. Let's talk about this sacking of Valverde and the coming of Kike Setien. Is it a good one for Barcelona? Did they make a mistake? Are they going to regret it? Talk to me on Twitter, channels_sports, Facebook, channels IF Sports, or send us an email to sportstonight@channelstv.com. I'm tempted to go back to the English Premier League this season, and the Champions League and Liverpool. What has done it for Liverpool this year?
In Premier League?
Yeah, in the Premier League.
Motivation from last year, first of all. After they got 97 points last year, record-breaking run for them, and they still came second. So I feel that's the first thing. They realized how hard they have to work to win it. So they went in with that mentality. And fortunately for them, City faltered, but they still had that drive. So they're going, they don't care about anything. They just want to win every single game. So there's that. There's Klopp, who I feel is a manager that gets the best out of his players. They might not necessarily, like the likes of Mane, Salah came in. They were good players, but they weren't world-class players, and he's made them world-class players. So Klopp is a very big factor. And people forget he won 2 Bundesliga titles with Dortmund against a very good Bayern Munich team. So people forget that. And obviously the best defender in the world in Van Dijk.
I know.
Is in Van Dijk.
Team, they're doing everything.
Fantastic.
Emeka Wani, I must say thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you very much for having me.
I had fun doing this with you. Let's do it again.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much for having me.
Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, what's going down in the Nigeria Professional Football League? I'll give you everything. Don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. That's match day 14. Highlights between Plateau United and Aqua United. It ended goalless. Arguably, the two top teams at the moment in the league, Plateau United, before that match, were on top of the table. Aqua United had a run of 5 wins in 5 matches, but they couldn't get a winner. So Lobby Stars won, and they're on top of the table. Let's get the talking points right after that match. And then when we come back, I'll tell you what to expect tomorrow for match day 15 of the MPFL. Let's listen to the talking points from Plateau.
Tough one. They both sides played. Both teams wanted to get 3 points, but it didn't work out. I think a draw is okay. We'll keep fighting like that when we go back home. It's all about dedication, focus, and passion they have for the team, understand, and hard work. That has been the only secret. We'll take every game step by step. For now, we don't know. But let's see where we'll find ourselves in the first 2 or first 3. From there, we'll take it up. Yeah, my players played to instruction. I'm really happy with them. The opponent we played against, highly tactical side, with a good coach. You can't take that away from them.
Yeah, very, very sure. I'm highly disappointed with this result. But this is football. And in football, anything happens. Yeah, this might not be our day. But we're hoping and believing that going to Sunshine, we're going to get something back home. They should be patient. Just patience. That's the only thing we have to say. We win, at times we lose. This is football. They should just be patient with us. All of us are very, very sad because we not picking the point here. It's not something to talk about. It's not something to write home about. We have all the chances, but we couldn't convert it. And the only thing I have to tell them is they should be patient with us.
I say the fans should be patient, and can you see some of the fans standing beside at the back of the player? Look, let's give a special shout out to the fans that always turn up at a new Just Stadium whenever Plateau United are playing. I think they deserve a sporty salute on the show tonight, particularly that they have been well behaved. You also listen to Coach Kennedy Bobo, he's the coach of Aqua United, former coach of Plateau United, led them to the league title. And he's saying, look, let's take it one step at a time. Plateau United will be going to Sunshine Stars for match day 15 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's run through the fixtures. Imba will take on Heartland. That one should get us talking tomorrow. Sunshine Stars will also take on Plateau United. It's Rivers United against Lobby Stars on match day 14. Lobby Stars defeated MFM at the Upper Aku Stadium by a single goal to become the new leaders of the league table. Aqua United, they will host Kwara United. What can they do in that one? Football will give us an answer. Kwara United on match day 14 defeated Katsina United by 2-0. Katsina United will hope to bounce back when they take on Kano Pillars. This is another team that has been pushing since the return of the charismatic Rabiu Ali. Warriors will host Enugu Rangers. MFM will host Jigawa Golden Stars right here at the Agege Township Stadium in Lagos. Adamawa United will also hope to bounce back against Wiki Tories after they lost to Jigawa Golden Stars. Abia Warriors will take on FC Fine Uba. That's another Oriental derby right there. And Dakada International FC of Uyo will host Nasarawa United. It's match day 15 of the Nigeria Professional Football League. We invite you to be part of this one because the league has been growing this season. We don't have violence like before. Referees and now comfortable teams can travel away from home and win. That is good for football in our country. We're just waiting to see what the league management company can do. Put the league on TV, and of course find ways to market it for a global audience. Let's take a look at some possible wins. So you tell me, where do you think we can get away wins tomorrow for match day 15 of the Nigeria Professional Football League? I try to do this prediction when I can do them. I say Kano Pillars, Katsina United. What do you think? Kano Pillars going to the Kakanda Stadium in Katsina to win? You think it's possible? I think they can do something there. Wiki Tourist, they've been decent this season. Can they beat Adamawa United at the Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano? Let's see. Nasarawa United and Dakada. It's difficult because Dakada, they've shown some consistency this season, but hey, it's the MPFL. Anything can happen. Lobby Stars going to Rivers United. What do you think? I'm sure some fans of Rivers United will say, what's going on, and it cannot happen. Let me just run through the league table. I told you there's a new leader, and that's Lobby Stars. After beating MFM by a single goal, they now have 27 points on top of the league table. Plateau United, they are second with 25 points after being held at home by Aqua United. That's highlights of the game we showed you. It ended goalless. Rivers United, they are third on the log with 24 points. Dakada FC, newly promoted Dakada FC, former Aqua Starlets, they are fourth on the log. Can you believe it? Yes, they are with 23 points. Aqua United follows closely with 23 points also. Aqua United, they are on top form right now. Since the coming of Coach Kennedy Bubuye. It's the Nigeria Professional Football League Sunshine Stars. They're sixth on the log. They will host Plateau United tomorrow in Akure. What are your expectations in that one? Talk to me on Twitter. Channels_sports, Facebook channels, Sports. Send us an email to sportstonight at channelstv.com. Let's talk about match day 15 of the MPFL. Just use the hashtag MPFL. I want to know what you are talking about as regards the league. It's our own football, so I invite you to be part of it. Let me give you some football transfer news coming from the MPFL. United Soccer League Championship Club, FC Tosa, they have announced the signing of Nigerian duo of Mfon Udo and Solomon Kwambe to its 2020 roster pending league and federation approval. The duo joined Rafael Ayangwa as the only three active players in the USL Championship with Nigerian national team experience. Udo is the only player in the MPFL, in the MPFL league history to score more than 20 goals in a season, and a single season record of 23 sets in 2014 still stands. Like Udo, Kwambe has spent his domestic career playing in the MPFL, primarily with Lobby Stars Football Club. So all the best to Fonudo and Solomon Kwambe as they begin live. But hey, remember, it says it's pending league and federation approval. We'll try to get Fonudo on the show to find out more about this deal and what it means to his footballing career. Let me just take some messages on Twitter before we wrap up the show. Mr. Sheye says, yes, the English Premier League, it's Liverpool's to lose. They've lost just 2 points thus far. They've been remarkable. I totally agree. Sammy says nobody is contesting the title with Liverpool. The contest is now about the top four. He says, I'm praying for my dear Chelsea to at least make the top four. Oh, wow. That's the story of the English Premier League this season. It's Liverpool's title or Liverpool's title. That's how far we can go on this edition of Sports Tonight on Channels Television. Remember, you can keep talking to us, yes, particularly for match day 15 of the MPFL on Twitter or Channels_sports, Facebook Channels Sports. That's the show for the team. I'm Austin Okonakwan. In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.